Good afternoon. I call this meeting of the Mount San Jacinto Community College District to order. It is 4:02. We're meeting today at our Temecula Valley campus on 41888 Motorcar Parkway in Temecula. Item 1.2 is the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, it is. So if you guys could please stand with me. And Trustee Smith, can you lead us?
Yes, stand and say, I pledge allegiance to
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, is visible with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 1.3, roll call, establishment of quorum.
Trustee Ashley.
Present.
Trustee Carpenter. Trustee Corona.
present.
Trustee Smith.
Present.
Trustee Silva.
Here.
Student Trustee Waluko.
Present.
Academic Senate Anjanette Oberg. Classified Senate Ed Saucedo.
Present.
Student Government Association Ubaldo Prente.
Present.
Thank you. Item 1.4, approval of minutes of the work session of March 12th, 2026. We recommend approval of the minutes of the work session. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion, Trustee Carpenter.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a second, Trustee Corona. Is there any discussion? Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote. Aye. Thank you. Item 1.5, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of March 12th, 2026. District recommends approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion?
Chair, I'll move to approve.
We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Is there any discussion of these minutes? Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Item 1.6, revision, adoption, and ordering of the agenda. And there is one revision. Item 8.8 is revised to include an accurate, updated job description. So with that, it's recommended that the board approve the order of agenda.
Chair Ashley, I move to approve the agenda.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Item 2, comments of individual groups, delegations limited to closed agenda items. There are no requests for public comment, so we will move on to item 3, closed session. 3.1, closed session notice. Pursuant to all applicable education codes, government codes, and recently enacted statutes, the Board of Trustees will meet in closed session to discuss and/or act on the following matters. Conference 3.2, conference with real property negotiator. And there is a long list of assessor parcel numbers. Item 3.3, audit by California State Auditor's Office. Item 3.4, conference with legal counsel, potential litigation, significant exposure litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9, 2 cases. Item 3.5, conference with labor negotiator, California School Employees Association, CSCA, pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, that is CSCA. Agency designated representatives, Brandon Moore, Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness, Diana Gallendo, Vice President of Human Resources. Item 3.6, conference with labor negotiator, California Teachers Association, pursuant to Government Code 54957.6. And on this one, we will hear from Representatives Jeremy Brown and Diana Gallendo. Item 3.7, conference with labor negotiator, Communication Workers of America, CWA, pursuant to Gov Code 54957.6, employee group CWA. Agency designated representatives will be Vice President Brown and Vice President Galindo. 3.8, public employee discipline dismissal release pursuant to Gov Code 54957B, 1 case. And afterwards, we will reconvene and report out. So at this time, we will adjourn to closed session. See you soon.
Oh.
All right.
Everything's good. Just put him in.
Okay, we're back in session after closed session, and I have no report. There's no actionable item to report out. So with that, we're moving on to item 4, comments of individual groups, delegations limited to agenda items. We do have one. Veronica Perez, you're up. Yes.
This one, testing, okay.
You got it.
All right. Good afternoon, Executive Board, Trustees, Dr. Schultz. Again, my name is Veronica Perez, Administrative Associate for Dean Math and Science. However, I'm here today as the Union Chapter President in representation of our Classified Bargaining Unit. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and sincerely thank everyone who has dedicated their time, effort, and expertise to the negotiation process. The work that goes into preparing, collaborating, and advocating is significant. And know that it does not go unnoticed. Your commitment to representing and supporting the Classified Bargaining Unit members is deeply appreciated. As we look ahead, I am motivated and truly excited about the upcoming reopeners. This presents an important opportunity to continue building on the progress we've made. To address ongoing needs and strengthen the collective efforts moving forward. Oh, I don't know what I did. Sorry. Anyways, I am hopeful that through continued collaboration and good faith dialogue, we will achieve outcomes that benefit our members and foster the success of our students in the communities that we serve. Thank you again for your dedication, and I continue to look forward to working with you all.
Thank you. Moving on now to reports. Item 5 on the agenda, oral reports limited to 5 minutes per trustee and constituent group. A timer will be used. 5.1, board president and trustees. Trustee Smith, would you like to begin?
I have nothing to report. However, I would like to highlight and make note and thank yourself and Vicky and all of those on that team for this search, because I know it was a lot of tedious work and a lot of things to worry about when all of that coming at you. I just want to say thank you for the work. And all of those that was on that team, please let them know we appreciate it.
Thank you. Trustee Corona.
Thank you, Chair. Over the past month, I had the opportunity to attend several meaningful events that reflected the strength and collaboration within our educational community. I attended the foundation celebration honoring our beloved Superintendent Roger Schultz. Brian Silva, you were there. And I would like to commend our foundation of their excellent work and extend sincere appreciation to everyone who contributed in making this celebration a success. This was here at the Temecula campus, right here. Additionally, I attended the K-12 Summit in the French Valley with my wife. And this event was also well organized and brought together a strong representation of high school educators, administrators, counselors, educators, teachers. And it was especially encouraging to see them engaging alongside our outstanding MSJC staff, including such people like Angela Drum and Jenny Hughes. Rebecca Teague, you were also there. And other MSJC team members were also present, showcasing the many opportunities that we offer our students. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's Board of Trustees self-evaluation meeting as well. It's tomorrow. To my surprise, I did get to see how individuals voted, but not who on the survey. It's public information. Regardless, I remain optimistic that the discussion will be positive and productive. And that is it. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Silva.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I hope many of you had a wonderful Easter celebration with family this past weekend. As you know, April is Community College Month, and in partnership with the Association of Community College Trustees, I wanted to take a moment to celebrate our college system. Community colleges have been a defining part of my life. I'm a proud alum of Riverside City College, where I served as a student trustee from 2000 to 2001. after previously participating in the Student Senate. That connection runs deeper, even deeper, as my mother was also an RCC graduate in the early 1980s as a reentry student. I still remember as a young child sitting in the stands at Wheelock Stadium on a hot day watching her walk across the stage in graduation. And professionally, I've had the privilege of working within the system at San Bernardino Valley College and now currently at College of the Desert. And I've even joked with Dr. Dan Walden, the president of Victor Valley College, that VVC might be next on my list. So simply put, the community college system is a part of who I am. I, along with my board colleagues, will attend a board retreat at the Pass Area Biz Hub in Beaumont, April 10th, tomorrow, hosted by Dr. Pamela Fisher. I look forward to welcoming the board to my trustee area and to the important discussions ahead. Our district will be making significant decisions in the coming weeks as we prepare to lead the college into the months and years ahead. I want to thank staff for facilitating the retreat and my colleagues for their commitment to this work. I would also like to congratulate both our women's and men's tennis teams, as each program has qualified multiple student athletes for the Ojai Tennis Tournament taking place between April 23rd through the 26th at various locations across Ventura County. The solicitation of candidates for student government positions is underway. Community colleges across the state often face challenges in generating a strong pool of candidates. And I join my board colleagues in encouraging students to step forward and get involved. Opportunities to apply for SGA positions for the 26 to 27 school year will be shared in advance of the general election, which is scheduled for May 5th through the 8th. Updated application materials and related documents will be posted on the website prior to the election to ensure students have adequate time to review and prepare. Students are encouraged to continue checking the website for updates, and we look forward to a robust and encouraging election. Since my trustee area includes the far western edge of the Coachella Valley, I wanted to once again perform my annual public duty and remind everyone that this weekend is not only former U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice Charles Evans Hughes' 164th birthday, and on Saturday, it's also the first weekend of Cella, the Coachella Music and Arts Festival in Indio, with the Stagecoach Festival to follow April 24th through 26th. For those of us commuting into or out of the Coachella Valley through the Pass area, please plan ahead. The Monday after opening weekend is notoriously brutal on the dime, aka the 10 freeway, especially for those of us heading west out of Palm Springs. What is normally a 45-minute drive to Redlands can stretch to 4 hours. And with that, I would like to wish everyone a happy and safe National Winston Churchill Day. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Silva. Trustee Carpenter.
Good evening. I have, this month really has been a blur. I'm living with, all of you, the committee and the search committee. Thank you, Trustee Smith, for acknowledging the time and the commitment, and we take it serious. Both Trustee Ashley, I know he's going to give a more in-depth report later, but just rest assured that we do take this responsibility very seriously, and we're hoping to have, sadly, when Roger leaves, someone that will fill that seat. That's everyone will all work together. Other than that, I will see these characters again tomorrow at the board retreat, and we will have more to report next month. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Carpenter. I really don't have a report tonight. I will say, though, that someone made a shortbread cookie with Roger on the front of it, and it really looks exactly like Roger. And he's eating a taco and drinking a Coke Zero. It's not even a Diet Coke, which is what I would have had if someone made one of these of me, or a Starbucks, maybe a iced coffee. Whoever made this, it's props. It's like perfect. Who's responsible for this?
Rebecca Orlowski and AI.
Wow. I mean, it's really good. It just looks like his office, really. Okay. Other than that, as Trustee Carpenter said, I do have a short report to make on the presidential search status and process later on in the meeting. So with that, I'll just move on and conclude my report now. Next up, though, we do have our student trustee.
Thank you. Not too much to report. I did have my second Tea with the Student Trustee event at Menifee on March 25th, which went very well. I will be having my final one here at Temecula on Wednesday, April 29th at 9 a.m. If anybody wants to join me, you are more than welcome to. There will be tea and pastries. I hope we've run out the past both times. I also attended General Assembly, which is the Student Senate of California Community Colleges annual really big conference on legislation and resolutions that we vote on to support for the next legislative season. MSJC this year actually did submit our resolution for consideration, and I am happy to report that it passed at the state level. The vote was 62-11, and this is on the mandating of anti-racism training and establishing clear reporting procedures for students. So yes, thank you. And just to kind of give you a little bit of context, up until the point when our resolution came up, we line up for the pro and con sides, and a lot of people have opinions, even on something like clean drinking water. And there was always someone on the con side. For this particular resolution, there was nobody on the con side. So it was just basically us presenting it, and people voted to support it. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of ride that high into the next legislative season. And again, short report. So I just wanted to say that in light of the recent news regarding Dolores Huerta, I just wanted to bring your attention that April is Sexual Harassment Awareness Month, and that according to According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, over 40% of college students experience sexual harassment, but official reporting to authorities is low, with estimates suggesting that only 5% to 10% of victims report such incidents. I wanted to just say that as an institution, it is important for us to keep in mind students that may be underrepresented and make sure that they feel empowered enough to share their stories, and say that awareness without accountability leaves the most vulnerable students exactly where they were, silent, isolated, and carrying a weight that was never theirs to bear. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next report is from the Student Government Association. Interim President Junior Puente? Is that correct?
I'm the president.
Oh, well,
No worries. Thank you. I
well,
appreciate
please introduce yourself to everybody in case you're not known by all.
Perfect. My name is Ubaldo Puente. I am the Student Government Association president. I'm very grateful to be in this position. And I have a short report as well. The SGA has finished the busy conference season. On March 12th, VP Jones from Menifee and I attended the annual SSCCC March in Sacramento. We had the pleasure of meeting with Assembly Member Esmeralda Soria, whose team authored AB 2301 Soria. If the bill passes, this would allow 10 pilot nursing programs that would award bachelor degrees. SGA also attended the General Assembly SSCCC before spring break. And on April 30th, I will be attending the City of Hammond Economic Summit on behalf of SGA. That concludes my report, and thank you so much.
Thank you, and thanks for your time. 5.4 is Academic Senate. It looks like tonight we're not going to have a report by the Academic Senate, so we'll move on to 5.5, Classified Senate. So Ed Saucedo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, President Ashley. I just have a couple of things I want to report on. Last week, we had our Professional Development Day, and I just want to share some of the stats with you because I think they're pretty impressive. We had 150 participants in total. 44% said they liked the online virtual modality of it. 30% want a mix of both, virtual and in person. 26% only in person. But the one that I like the most is that 91% indicated that they are likely to apply something they learned in their job or task here at the college. So hats off to professional development for seeing whatever need we needed, providing it, and now everyone's taking that back with them. Ideas for the next one is to get some outside guest speakers, some sponsorships, and looking at other forms of funding to maybe expand the program even more. And lastly, speaking of the professional development team, we have 4 new classified members join it. So I'm looking forward to their input and see where we go from there. The other thing I have to share is we did have our 8 MSJC employees have completed the CERT training with the city of Temecula, and we're hoping to mold that into our building captain program and use some of that training and experience. They were from various areas of the district, so it's not like they were all from Temecula or all from Menifee. And we can incorporate, we have a very good building captain program when it comes to evacuations and other emergencies. Now with that CERT training, I think it would take it to another level. That'll complete my report.
Thank you. Sure. Trustee Carpenter.
So we just had a presentation today on that CERT program. And the one in Menifee, I think, was looking for some kind of, maybe we can collaborate with, and I can put you in touch, because they were having challenges as to where to have this program. And City Hall does it for a little bit, but some meetings they can't. So maybe we can coordinate that with Menifee, since it is here at our campus.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get with our risk management, Nicole Pena, director, and
Okay.
definitely look into that.
Okay, and I can give you the person who runs it in Menifee. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you. We're going to now move on to the reports from Executive Cabinet and Superintendent President. That's 5.5 and 5.6 on our agenda.
All right, good evening. So we're excited. Graduation is just around the corner, and we have had so much interest in this graduation with our 4 different ceremonies. So right now we have 1,232 students already registered. We literally just have space in the May 20th. That's Wednesday at 11 a.m. That's the only one with openings right now. Nobody's on a wait list yet, but we do our very best that as students continue to try to register for graduation, we do our very best to get them in. There may be some challenges with programs and getting their names on the list if they're not able to do so by a specific amount of time. But just to reiterate, we've got our 2 ceremonies at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. on May 20th, which is a Wednesday, and May 21st, which is a Thursday. We are doing regalia distribution next week, so we will have lots of exciting times at each of our sites. So each site will have its own regalia distribution. And for whatever reason, if students are unable to participate in the pickup, we will have makeup days scheduled as well, leading up through graduation. This year, we're really excited, though. We're going to be incorporating the SGA president, the past president, and the academic and classified senates in our program and on a platform. So we're excited for their participation and active role in the program. We expect, though, at total capacity, we'll have about 1,288 students. So some good
So we'll
sleep
need
leading up
4
to it.
ceremonies.
Next year, maybe more. Yeah. Thank you.
How many in each graduation ceremony are you anticipating?
I would just have to divide it by 4, and I don't do math.
Yeah.
Just over 300. Just over 300.
Okay, and I have a few highlights to share. On Saturday, March 28th, our honors students and myself and a couple of our academic deans attended the UCR honors conference. We had a number of students that gave presentations and posters. The funnest part is watching students give presentations. They just do an amazing job. And so I just wanted to highlight by name a couple of our students who received the Exemplary Achievement Award. Royce DeCastro and Valerie Cortez received that prestigious award at the convention. So really great work from them. I'll just share that I believe next month I'll have some really exciting news to share also tied to honors. I'm just going to sprinkle that interest out there. We're expecting some official notification of something very cool. So I'll share that next time. And then also wanted to share that our theater departments on both campuses are doing productions this weekend as well as next weekend. On the Menifee campus, a play called Almost Maine is being run. And on the San Jacinto campus, Green Day's American Idiot is happening. So a lot of fun stuff.
And I'll be brief today. It's already been mentioned a couple of times, but a couple of weeks ago in this very room, this room was transformed into really a 1920s speakeasy. And I want to congratulate the foundation on really pulling off a great event. Trustee Corona and Trustee Silva were able to attend, and the dueling pianos, the mood, the atmosphere, a lot of community members, and the real intent of the day was to raise funds for and create awareness for the University Center. And I think a lot of people said, oh, and Dr. Craney was there too. And I think it was an amazing event because the sun was going down, the pianos were playing, and it felt like you were in this really cool jazz club. So amazing feel. So congratulations to Rebecca Orlowski and Amy Bravo for really putting on a great event. The kudos don't stop there. The reason why you have those cookies is because we do each semester, the foundation helps me sponsor a staff appreciation event, and we had one yesterday at San Jacinto. We had one today in this room. And so this was kind of the token. We like to give some type of a little token gift. And so Rebecca created that, and Trustee Ashley was absolutely correct. If you want to see my office, just look at the cookie. Amazing detail. So thank you for that. And we also hosted this last month. A couple of trustees were invited. We couldn't do more than a couple. Trustee Silva and Trustee Ashley were able to be here, and we had hosted the president of ACCT, the Association of Community College Trustees from Washington, D.C. We had about an hour and a half sit down in this room talking about contemporary challenges and issues for community colleges in general, but also specific to the issues pertaining to California. Of course, we had our own bias, but Cabinet was also able to join. So we've come a long way all of a sudden, and I did not invite this individual. This individual, Dr. Ji-Heng Lee, the president, wanted to come see us while he was in the area because he had heard so much about the growth of our institution. So it's great to have that recognition and visibility, and we were honored to host him. And I thank the trustees that were able to make time to spend with us.
And I thought it was a real candid conversation. It was very honest, very open. I was really glad that members of executive cabinet were able to be present to share their thoughts, and it was constructive.
It really was. That concludes my report.
Right, yeah, and I would say President Lee got a feel for our little early summer when it was really hot that week. And so he got a real taste of this room like all of us have at times. When the curtains were right open, he goes, wow, it's really bright in here. So, do you want us to close the shade? And so we did. It was just like old times. Moving on to our consent agenda. Remember, there was only one little minor revision for 8.8 to update a job description. Before we vote on the consent agenda, was there any trustee that wanted to have an item moved for individual consideration? Hearing none, I will take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Chair Ashley, I move to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing none. Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Always takes a while to find out where we are after that's done.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. It just takes a lot of scrolling. We're moving on to item 10 on our agenda, the open agenda. 10.1, classified appointment. There's one appointment listed. It's recommended the Board of Trustees approve the classified employee appointment. Do we have a motion to approve?
Trustee Ashley, I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this item? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
10.2, public hearing of the initial sunshine proposal from the Mount San Jacinto Faculty Association to the Mount San Jacinto Community College District. Public hearing of the initial sunshine proposal from Mount San Jacinto Faculty Association of the Mount San Jacinto Community College District. So we are opening the public hearing right now. Are there any public comments for this hearing? Dr. Craney? I hear there.
Hearing began 5:36.
Okay, the hearing began, yes, at 5:36. There are no public comments apparently, so as with that, we will go ahead and close the public hearing at 5:36. And do we vote? That's just, no, we just did the hearing. There it is. Item 10.3, public hearing of the initial Sunshine proposal from the Mount San Jacinto Community College District to the Mount San Jacinto Faculty Association. Public hearing of the initial Sunshine proposal from MSJC to the San Jacinto Faculty Association. That hearing now is open at 5:37. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, we'll close that hearing at 5:37 as well, and look forward to getting busy on negotiations. 10.4.
No, 10.3.
I'm sorry, 10.3, public hearing. No, I think we are on 10.4.
You're right.
10.4, presentation of the initial Sunshine proposal from MSJC District to California School Employees Association and its Mount San Jacinto College Chapter 767. Presentation of the initial Sunshine proposal from MSJC District to California School Employees Association and its Mount San Jacinto College Chapter 767. And this one doesn't have open a hearing. Are we opening? We're not opening. Okay. We will open that hearing next month. It's the Sunshine. We're approving the agendizing of this hearing for the May 14th. I should have read just a little further down. We got it. 10.5. And this is another, we're just sunshining this, but we will do a public hearing on May 14th. Presentation of the initial Sunshine proposal from California School Employees Association and its Mount San Jacinto College Chapter 767 to the Mount San Jacinto Community College District. Presentation of the initial Sunshine proposal from California School Employees Association and its Mount San Jacinto College Chapter 767 to the Mount San Jacinto Community College District. Approval of the agendizing of the public hearing for the May 14th, 2026 Board of Trustees agenda. We'll move on now to the open agenda, Superintendent President, 11.1. So this is about the CCCT Board of Governors. Let me just read the whole item, even though it's going to be quite a simple process, I believe, tonight, considering the number of openings. California Community College Trustee Board of Directors Election 2026. Pursuant to the CCCT Board governing policies, the election of members of the CCCT Board of the League will take place between March 10th and April 25th. This year, there are 9 seats open for election, with 6 incumbents running. Candidate statements and bios are available on the CCLC website. Each community college district governing board shall have 1 vote for each of the 9 seats on the CCCT board. Only 1 vote may be cast for any nominee or write-in candidate. The 4 candidates who receive the most votes will receive a 3-year term. This item is being placed on the agenda. Let me see. It says this item is being placed on the agenda for information to be brought back at the April, but this is that meeting. That's a small error. We should have deleted that before the meeting. Not Jackie's fault. That's an inside joke there. So what we do have is we have 9 incumbents, and it's recommended the board elect 9 members. So does anyone have a suggestion for us, fellow members? There's 9 openings and there's 9 people running.
Chair, I recommend that we vote for those 9 members.
You want to vote for the original 9? I'd second that.
Yeah, there's, I'd like to suggest, since there's 9 on the ballot and there's 9 openings, we just recommend all the folks that are on the ballot for approval.
I'm pretty sure I've met all of them and they all seem.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is motion.
I understand now. All right, so we have a motion to approve these 9 candidates from Trustee Smith. Do we have a? And you seconded. Wow, you guys are really ahead of me. I'm really slipping here. All right, well, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. And trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Thank you. And thank you for getting me out of that sticky situation. All right, item 12.1, ACCJC Annual and Fiscal Reports. Anna Sterling, Accreditation Liaison Officer and Dean of Institutional Effectiveness, and Stacy Kimbrough, Chief Administrative Services Officer, Controller, will provide an overview of our accreditation, annual, and financial reports. Welcome and thank you.
Hello. You guys excited to see me?
Very.
Yes.
Right answer. Right answer. All right. So we're here.
I look forward to this report every year.
Yeah. I've got a calendar.
So real quick, what's the purpose of the annual report? As you know, this is, we submit this to ACCJC every year. This just gives us an update on and allows ACCJC to monitor our institutional health. It is a self-reported 3-year rolling report, and it's our performance against our institutionally set standards. So everything that's in the annual report is stuff that you've seen in other reports throughout the year. So the first part is about our enrollment information. And so all of this data was presented last month in the full enrollment reports, but you can see we're reporting headcount, enrollments, and distance education enrollments, again, over a rolling 3-year period. You'll also see, oh, by the way, you have a copy of the full report attached to the agenda item, so you can read all of these numbers at your leisure. But you'll also notice the next part is about our reporting again against our institutional set standards. So what you'll see is that in all of these areas, we're reporting against our set standards. There's 2 areas to kind of note. First is course completion. We're actually above our stretch goal in course completion. So this is an area that we'll be talking about in institutional planning committee about potentially adjusting our institutional set standards because we have gone past what our current stretch goal is. So right now, our institutional set standard, our stretch goal was 73%, and we actually had a success rate of 75%. So we'll be looking at that. Yeah, so we need a new stretch goal. Exactly.
It's showing.
Flexibility.
The rest of our
Yogi Sterling, please continue.
Areas here are certificate completion, degree completion, transfer, and licensure exam rates. We are above our institutional set standard, which is our floor, and we're below our stretch goal. The last one here, job placement rates for our CTE programs. This one is a little bit trickier. So historically, we had received this information, or the information we were reporting was coming from CalPass, our launch board, and that was data provided by the Chancellor's Office. So last year, the Chancellor's Office transitioned away from that platform into the Data Vista platform. So if you remember last year, we reported no data because we didn't have access to that data. So this year, there is still a data lag in the information that's available to us in Data Vista. So the most current data that's available to us is the 22-23 data. So we actually went in and we looked at all that data, and that is the data that's included in the report. However, the data that's reported on Data Vista is a little bit different. It is now reported by top code versus independent program data. So they're asking us to report on the job placement for specific awards. So what we did is we looked back at the top code assigned to each one of those awards, and we used that data as the job placement data. There's a little bit of a caveat in here also, is that if more than one award shares a top code, then it's duplicative data on job placement because they would all be considered in the same top code. So it's a little bit potentially deceptive, because again, you could have like a certificate of business and a degree in business. Those will share the same top code. So they'll both show the same, say 30% job placement rate. The other thing that's important to know is that these, because of the way the data is aggregated now, that we will be having a bigger discussion about new institution set standards, because we are below what we previously had set for our institution set standards, again, based on the way that the data was collected previously. So we'll be looking at that to set new standards for this year. But the information that is reported is for the 22-23 year in the report. All other fields for the next 2 years are blank, in essence. Any questions on that?
When do you expect, I know this is kind of odd,
Yeah.
but when do you expect for that information to be filled in?
So next year, we anticipate we'll have the 23-24 data.
Okay.
So this is also in conversation with ACCJC. We did have conversations with them about how we should be reporting this, because all colleges in the system are having the same conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're also looking at potentially reworking this section of the report, but it is information that they're required to report on. So
Everybody's handicapped basically in the same way. Okay.
And the other fun thing about that data set is it's all based on top code right now, but those are going away. And they're converting to a different code that they'll be using. So I don't know what the data will look like at that point as we continue that. So luckily they just pushed that transition out a little bit, but that's not going to make this better.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll have more weird data, basically. Any additional questions? So again, we'll be having conversations institutionally about adjusting institution set standards. So if we do make changes to that, you'll see those changes will be brought to you. All right, so that's the data side of it. Now we're going to talk about the fiscal side of it.
I can break it, right? Okay, so like Anna said before, all the information is based off a 3-year basis. Most of the information you guys have seen in prior reports, so we don't want to go through everything, is general information, revenue. Everything reported has been in our adopted budget, quarterly financials, 311, 320, our audit reports. So if we go through all of the details, it'll be things you guys have seen over and over again. So, but it does report our general information, our revenue, expenditures in the same 3-year time period that the other reports do as well. So we picked out just a few key indicators of some of the areas of interest that might, the ACCJC report does provide nice little snippets to give better views of some of the information. The revenue expenditures one, I like the way that it presents with the 3-year forecast. What it does, it gives you the ability to see the revenue over the expenditures for the actual revenues. When you compare 22 to 23, 24, you can see that there's a big increase over the revenue. That's due to the large COLA increase that we had in 23, 24. We had that 8.2% COLA in 23, 24. So you expect to see that. But the trend that I like the best in this one, which is what we talk about all the time, but this report really gives you the visibility to, is we talk about how expenditures always trail revenue. This report really gives you that visibility where you see that the spend is always the year that precedes the revenue, which we would expect because we can't spend the revenue before we know what we have. And the state is historically always behind in giving us the money that we've earned. Sometimes even further behind than this. And then the other key things that we actually brought to the board last year is one of the first conversation points, which is our OPEB liability. It's a big talking point, something we're really looking at in being able to minimize what our liability is. The ACCJC report provides what the snapshot is of our liability year over year. You can see in 22-23, we had quite a significant liability and a nice decrease in 23-24. This is not only due to the fact that we do contribute to it, but it also is based off the interest that's earned. And then you can see that it grew a little bit in 24-25 just because the issuance rates weren't quite as good and because we had a larger volume of employees. So this is the numbers that we look at when we're looking at spending down and paying down this liability. So just a couple of key pieces in here that you don't see all the time in all the rest of the reports when you're looking only at like 1 year at a time. So, any questions?
You know how I like to do. All right, there are no questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're one step in front of adjournment.
No,
You're not gonna-
oh, well, yeah, 2 steps maybe. Thank you so much. We'll move on to item 12.2, Superintendent President Search Update. Board Chair Ashley, that's me, will give a brief update on the Superintendent President Search. Okay. So everyone, the Presidential Superintendent Search Committee met for the 3rd time, April 6th. That was this Monday in this room. For the 3rd meeting straight, we had perfect attendance. Every single search committee member was there. All 16 of us, plus our staff to help. In this meeting, our goal was to take our already, we started with a large list. Meeting 2, we brought that list to a smaller number. And now on this list, we brought it down to a manageable number now that we will bring in for final consideration very soon. In fact, in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. So with that said, we met successfully. What I would say, and I think anyone that was on that committee would say, is it was extremely open and democratic. No one gets their way, but everyone, we did come to consensus on who's going forward. It was very collegial, and it was I'm very proud of the way the committee met and how we were able to work together and to get to this point. April 21st is our next big meeting. On April 21st, that will be a candidate forum where the finalists will visit this campus in this room. I'm sure they'll see some of the rest of the campus, but they'll visit this room for a candidate forum, not all at the same time, one at a time. So it won't be like a cage match. It's just one candidate at a time. And we will video stream and have question and answer for each of the 4 of them between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And we'd like to really encourage staff, teachers to find a way to watch those forums, get students to watch them. We are also, beforehand, we're trying to make sure that the vice presidents get a chance to meet to meet the candidates before the forum. And we're looking forward to that. The very following day, after that is done, April 22nd is when we will have the Board of Trustees do interviews. And that'll be like the formal interview with the board, and where we will hopefully successfully pick our finalist and be able to announce who we've chosen. I've already kind of shown appreciation to the committee in this talk, but I just need to say those were brutal meetings. They were long. There's about 6 of us in this room right now that are on the committee, and they know we started it. We showed up before 8 and we stayed until about 6 p.m. Monday. It was a solid 10 hours with a very short lunch. It wasn't like, hey, we'll see you back in 2 hours. No, we had about a half an hour lunch and we were right back at it. And so it was a lot of work, and we got the job done. So I just wanted to thank the committee members. Everyone that was there knows, like, it was a slog. It was stressful, more stressful than a lot typical interviews. So thank you very much, all committee members, and thank you particularly to Dr. Pam Fisher for all her work from the Association of Community College Trustees. She's our official consultant for the process. Thank you to Jackie Morrison for all the work she's done tirelessly to just basically do what we're asking her to do in the back. While we're doing this, she's having to do all kinds of stuff that we need done. So thank you very much, Jackie Morrison. And with that, that's my update on where we're at. We're April 22nd is that big day, we think. And then I'll just let you know, after April 22nd, then we would have to have a very quick board meeting as soon following April 22nd to have a formal approval. We will, because when we select them, we'll need to talk to them and make sure that we can come to an agreement on a contract before we actually vote for them right afterwards. So what that means all to you is within a couple of days, we will have an emergency meeting or a special meeting with very short notice. That meeting should only take 15 minutes to 30 minutes and we'll be done. But so just know that right after April 22nd, we're going to need to have a special meeting. With that, that concludes my report. Moving on to item 13, comments of individual groups, delegations limited to non-agenda items. So is there anyone wanting to speak on off agenda? Okay, there are none. So with that, we're on item 14.1 adjournment. So the next regular meeting, we have some other meetings, as you just heard. The next regular meeting of the board, though, is Thursday, May 14th at 4 p.m. Do we have, and it'll be here, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Chair Ashley, I move to adjourn.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Thank you, everyone. Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 5:57, surprisingly. Thank you all for being here.